I'm Annabelle Rose, and today I'm going to explain to you my love of all things British. So for the last several years I've had this planned one day live and work in London. It is such a vibrant city with so much opportunity, and to me it kind of feels like home. But aside from this, I'm also kind of obsessed with British artists, British talk shows, and British YouTubers. Now these are including, but not limited to, One Direction, Ed Sheeran, Ben Howard, The Wanted, Rita Ora, Alan Carr, Keith Lemon, Radio 1, Capital FM, Alfie Days, Zoella, Joe Thatcher, Sam Pepper, Maz, Food for Louie, Jack and Finn Harris, Carrie Fletcher, Dan Is Not on Fire. You get the gist. So in December of 2012, I found out about a competition that a radio station called Nova was holding to send one listener and two of their friends to London for the Capital FM Jingle Bell Ball. I decided to enter the competition because I figured if I'm not in it, I'm not going to win it. Every single night, for 5 nights, I had to explain in 25 words or less why I wanted to go and who I wanted to see if I got the chance to go. So, miraculously, on the next day after the competition had ended, I got a call from Nova informing me that I had won and that I was going to London the next week. I pretty much at this stage lost all control. I was running around my house, I was smiling uncontrollably, my brother was covering his ears, my mum was telling me to be quiet, and I could not have been happier. It was so exciting, and I have never won anything like this before in my life, so I could not wait to go. Before I knew it, my bags were packed, the plane was booked, and I was at the airport with 2 of my best friends on my way to London. We arrived at Heathrow on the 7th of December, somewhat jet-lagged, with the following 2 nights to be packed full of entertainment of some of the best British and international artists. On the first night, we got to see JLS, Little Mix, Cheryl Cole, with a guest appearance from will.i.am, who just popped up out of the stage. We also got to see One Direction, The Script, and Bruno Mars. For one night out, that's a pretty good lineup. The second night of the Jingle Bell Ball, we weren't expected to go. However, the station called and said that they had tickets for the second night, so we got to go to both nights. We got to see Girls Aloud, Calvin Harris, Example, with a guest appearance from Tiny Temper, The Wanted, Conor Maynard, and Pink. I have never danced so hard in my life. My friends and I had a whole area in front of us in which to dance, and we might have ruined some people's throughfare, but we had a great night dancing, and my feet were killing me by the end of the night. So for the rest of the time that I was in London, I did a little too much shopping, and packing my bags to get home was a little bit of a workout. But nothing was left behind, and everything is now safely packed away in my closet. I also spent a lot of time just walking around the central streets of London, getting to know my way around, seeing new things, going to visit Big Ben, saying hi to Westminster Abbey, and going off to see Buckingham Palace. Everything was amazing, but kind of as expected, until I saw this guy. He was juggling chainsaws outside the British Museum for entertainment. That's dedication. Whilst I was in London, I also ventured to the YouTube Festive meetup. I ended up going by myself because all of my friends had returned to Australia and I didn't want to miss out on the opportunity of meeting some of my favourite YouTubers. Even though I went by myself, I met a whole bunch of really, really lovely people and made a whole bunch of friends that I spent most of my day with. I got to meet Alfie, Zoella, Thatcher Joe, and Tom Law. I had a really, really good conversation with Tom Law, except that there was a girl just standing next to him and stroking his head and arm. At first I just thought it was a friend of his having a bit of a joke, until I realised, no, he had no idea who this girl was. She was just standing there, stroking his head and arm whilst we were having a conversation. It was a little bit strange, but I don't think he minded. Also at the Festive meetup, I saw Carrie Fletcher, Birdie was there, and Food for Louie even made an appearance. Later that night, I was very kindly invited by Tom Law to come to the pub after the meetup, just for a few drinks with a bunch of the other YouTubers. It was really, really nice to get to meet a whole bunch of the YouTubers without any of the craziness of the Festive meetup and actually have conversations with a bunch of the people that I'd met and watched online. Everyone was really, really lovely, and I made a whole bunch of friends, had some very, very interesting conversations, and had such a great night. I ended up getting home at about 11:30 that night, even though I had to be on a plane the next morning at about 7 o'clock. Getting out of bed wasn't very fun. Despite the tiredness, the night before was definitely my favourite night in London because I got to meet a whole bunch of new people, and I have never felt more welcome in a group of people I did not know in my life. Everyone was so lovely and I just had such a great time. Sadly, I then had to say goodbye to my future home and get back on a plane for 21 hours back to Sydney. I had so much fun whilst I was in London and I cannot wait to go back. I'm making plans to hopefully go at the end of this year, but we'll see how funding goes. So that's essentially a really brief explanation of my trip to London in December of 2012. I had such a good time and I hope you guys enjoyed this video because I had a lot of fun making it, and I'll see you later. Bye guys!